Hello everybody, happy Wednesday. I hope you guys are having a fantastic start to your day. If you're just joining in and you are new here, my name is Carla and I'm really excited to share with you guys today all about the Invitation Design Bootcamp, which is the course that we have just reopened after a year and a half. If you guys didn't know, I had a baby last year. It's incredible. That's already been a year. And so we took a break because obviously life was busy and we've got other courses as well opening. So we hadn't opened since February of last year. So we're really happy to bring this course back. And we are so excited because this course is a really intensive course. It's an 8-week course. And personally, this is the course I wish I personally got to take when I was starting out as an invitation designer. Oh, I'm so glad so many of you guys are joining in. If you can just pop in your name, where you're from, I'd love to be able to give you a little wave. Anyway, so if you guys are fairly new here, you'll know that I started off as an invitation designer. You may not know that I started off as an invitation designer and now I'm doing a lot more of the courses and the calligraphy supplies, but I still love doing wedding invitations and I still do a lot of them. And personally, I love doing wedding invitations because there's something so beautiful about bringing things to life, like from creating ideas, if you use Pinterest, like you probably enjoyed pinning beautiful photos. And then like discovering the way of like, how do I bring this into an invitation? And like, how do I make, invitations like these come to life? So that's what the Invitation Design Bootcamp is all about. Essentially, it brings you the journey of the design process. It goes from like all these inspiration pictures into sketching the designs and then bringing those designs all the way into Photoshop and Illustrator. And just like this, right? Like we bring them up onto the computer, digitizing your artwork. Sorry, just pulling a design here. And then actually getting it into print. So I personally, when I was starting out as an invitation designer, it felt really abstract to me, the process of being able to do that, because I didn't know what different printing options were, and learning what are the ones that people are actually looking for, getting those suppliers and things like that. Going through the actual design process. I was a graphic designer before I became an invitation designer, but like it was also different because every printer kind of operates a little bit differently, how the files are set up and things like that. And then of course for wedding invitations specifically, there's also different kinds of paper. So for example, like if you're a graphic designer and you've been used to designing for web, it's different from like knowing, okay, what kind of cardstock should I print on? Where do I get vintage postage stamps? Or like, where do I get like all these silk ribbons? Like those are things sometimes you just don't get exposed to doing. So personally, I wish there was somebody in the industry that would just like tell me, here you go, here's all the, or somebody I could ask at least that here's all of this kind of information and where you can get it and things like that. And then how to put it all together and assemble them and send it to your client. You actually, for this course, don't necessarily need to have calligraphy experience, but if you do want to be able to apply a calligraphy into your artwork, we do recommend that you have at least 6 months of experience or more, just because it does take a while for your style to really feel really comfortable, like for it to really develop. And if you kind of rush into it, you end up creating sometimes some artwork that you might not be able to, like for yourself, it's okay. But like if you were to give it to a client, like having not enough experience would just not be good for the industry, right? You do want people to know that you know what you're doing versus like you're winging it. So you want to be able to lift up the industry reputation surrounding that. And so for the Invitation Design Bootcamp, we have this beautiful welcome pack. Let me just flip my camera here so you guys can see. Oh, by the way, if you guys have any questions at all, feel free to ask. Got a little messy view of my studio there. Okay, so I also created this invitation for our as a welcome packet for my students. Get a little preview of what a printed material looks like and what it's like to receive a pretty invite. So I'm an Invitation Design Bootcamp attendee. Got a little digitally printed sheet here. This is an 8-week program, as I mentioned. Like, it's not meant to be taken at your own time, essentially, but of course you still can. You get lifetime access to this course, but personally I do recommend people to take the time out the next 8 weeks. That's why we have been giving this save the date for quite a while, because we know that people are busy, can get busy, and so we want people to have this time to really be able to take the course. And we also have live sessions included, so there's 2 live sessions, and they're around week 5 and week 8. So that's just to let people know kind of what to expect, essentially, for this course. And of course we have our little card here. I personally really love this card because it's different from most of my wedding invitations. I thought it was really fun, actually, to create a card that was not really an invite, but it looked kind of like that. And that's what it would be. And then in the course itself, as I mentioned, like we go from, concepts all the way to actually getting the invitations printed. And I go through, and this particular invitation that you guys see right here, we will be going through the design process from beginning to end. So you get to learn how to, draw this piece, for example, how to write the how to convert the calligraphy from your what do you call this, your artwork that you have written on the paper. I'm gonna bring it up here. So how did I work from here all the way to here, and that process of doing that, and then of course like getting it set up for printing, and then once you receive it, what do you do with them, and getting it to your clients. So the process of wedding invitation design can be really daunting, and that's why I created this course, to really bring it to life, so that my students will have the courage to develop the wedding invitations and be able to send it to their clients one day. And even if you don't start up right away as an invitation designer, that's totally cool as well. But because we will at some point reopen this course, but right now this is the only enrollment of the year, because we're surprisingly getting towards the end of the year already. Can you believe it? So the next time we'll be reopening it, right now it's slated for about February timing. Not entirely sure if we would, just because it's just been really, really busy with the invitation world, as well as the just being part of a family life, having the 2 kids now, and of course also the calligraphy supplies. Like I've been wanting to develop new products. I did have a few new products last year after the baby was born, but it was still really busy, and so I haven't been able to really focus on that. So I'm really excited that we get to do that this time around. You guys, I haven't been receiving any questions at all about the course, but if you do, feel free to send me a DM, or you can send me an email. The course, let me try to see if I could paste the link to the course. This is the link to the course if you want to learn more about it and kind of see the pricing and things like that. there are two payment options. You can pay them at one go, or you can pay them with three months of payments. Yeah, I know it's an investment to take on a course like this, but it's just like if you had to take a course, you know, in your university, for example, or if you had to take a course in order to be able to build a business. Like personally, I think it's an investment really worth taking. I also know it's not for everybody, but like I mentioned, it's a course I really wish I got to have or got to take before I became an invitation designer, because it really encompasses like my life's work essentially into this course. So I'm really grateful to be able to even share my knowledge in this way and form. I love being able to bring ideas to life, and this course was like one of those things where it's like a little passion project for myself, even that I would be able to share what I love the most into a course, to be able to share and help other people you know, achieve their dreams, and to be able to see so many of you guys become invitation designers as well. So if you guys take a look at my design course highlight, you can also see some of my students that have taken this course. I will be posting more about some of my other students tomorrow, and that way you guys can see kind of who has taken this course, how they've benefited from it, some of the invitations they've done with this course. And I'm just so grateful to have been part of their journey, you know, and so many of them now are invitation designers themselves, have their own studios, and you know, they're making money, and they got their investment back that they had taken onto this course by becoming an invitation designer. One of my students, she is not an invitation designer by profession, but she did it for her wedding invites herself. She just really wanted to get into it, and she even bought like a letterpress machine, a hot foil machine, to be able to create her invitations, which I thought was really, really cool. I personally don't even print my own invitations, so it was really cool for her to be able to like bring that idea like literally to life, like actually getting her hands dirty with the printing process as well. All right, you guys, thank you guys so much for meeting me today for this really short time. I am so duper excited. The Invitation Design Bootcamp is only open until Friday. So if you guys have any other questions at all, feel free to ask. I'll be able to answer them. And if you send them via email, honestly, that would be a lot easier. DMs sometimes get lost. It's help@writtenwordacademy.com. Let me just type that out. help@writtenwordacademy.com. Yeah. Oh, hey, Jessica. And yeah, so if you guys also want to receive one of these welcome packages, I think we just have a tiny bit left. I think I said 5 earlier today, but I know some of you guys all just registered this morning, so I probably just maybe have like 4 or 3 left in order to be able to receive them. I said that if we ask for a first batch of students, we'll be able to receive them. But yeah, like, thank you guys so much for supporting our small business. As you guys probably noticed yourselves, like it's just been really bad all over the world right now in terms of the recession, the inflation. I know a lot of you guys have had a much harder time, and personally for myself as a small business owner, but I find that whenever it's slow or it's like a lull, this is the time to invest in yourself, because these lull times don't last forever. It will go up, and sometimes when you invest that time in these slow moments, it's actually where you will find the strength to be able to come out of it. Like when you wallow yourself in how sad it is or how depressing it is that it is slow, that I find then you're wasting a lot of the opportunity to be able to improve yourself. By the time as things go up, you will go up and even raise higher than some of your peers do, because you have that time and you put that effort in to be able to grow your skills. yeah, all right, you guys. Again, if you have any questions at all, feel free to send me a DM, or I prefer to email because I probably sometimes don't get to see the DMs as often as I'd like. And I'll see you guys in another live. Bye for now.